Hey guys, I'm back. I'm trying something new with the garden thing. Um, Planning ahead and trying to make sure I have multiple harvests. Like I said, this year was my first year gardening. I must say everything that I planted was a success. When I say a success, meaning I only planted like one or two plants and they all came up. They were good, but then um, when their season was up, it was up, and then it was too late to plant another seed to continue the harvest. So I ended up being with no harvest for a couple of weeks. And then when I caught on to the system, I was like, okay, let's get ready for summer. And I started some of my summer crops. Um, like I said, my bed, I have like 9 beds, and right now it's only 2 of them that's actually um, got fruit in them because I'm learning this process. So here it is. I'm getting ready for fall. Here in Zone 9B, my fall should be somewhere around the second week of September. And that's when I should be able to start planting my fall crops into my garden bed. Right now it is extremely too hot here to plant them direct seed. Trust me, I tried several ones. Actually, these I have tried several ones to direct seed and they did not come out well. Well, they didn't come out at all, to be honest. Or the ones that came up was leggy, so they eventually died. So I'm gonna try this now. I got a greenhouse someone gave to me from my job. I really appreciate it. So it took me about a couple of weeks to research exactly what a greenhouse is for and how does it benefit me, especially me in Zone 9B. I'm like, a greenhouse get hot. That's what it's supposed to do. Stay hot enough. If that's the case, I'm right on time. We don't need a greenhouse. But it also helps as far as me planting seeds and keeping them protected from bugs and stuff from eating them during the summertime, because the summertime is when you get the most pests. So it also protects them and give them a chance to come up. So I went ahead and bought my first tray and I planted 5 different vegetables, which is all right here. I planted all of these. I planted 3 per sale, giving myself the benefit of the doubt. Like before, I planted 1 seed. I made it my business to plant 1 seed, and then when it didn't work out, I was pooped about it. It was nothing I can do. I waited 2 weeks for it to come up, and it never came up, or it came up and it was leggy. So I went ahead and planted 3 rows of each one with 2 to 3 seeds in each cell, hoping for a better harvest. So again, this is my fall crops. These are my cabbages that me and my family like, salads me and my family likes, spinach, broccoli. I do try to only plant things that my household eats. Like I said, I have a small garden, so I really don't have room to just plant stuff just cause. So I narrowed it down quite a bit by only planting what we do eat. Now let me show you my greenhouse. So this is the greenhouse. I harvest one of my green peppers, one of my red bell peppers, and I just put the seeds in there just to see what it's gonna do. I won't be upset if it comes up or if it does. It was just something I wanted to do. This right here is my cinnamon seeds that I ordered online, and I'm hoping them come up. Them cinnamon seeds. I didn't spend quite a bit, but I still want them to come up. I would love to have a cinnamon tree. I think it's 2 seeds in each one of those, so I'm really hoping I get something. This is my mini greenhouse. I got the organic dirt there, one, to keep it stable so when the wind blows it doesn't fall over. I also got that pot there to keep it stable as well. I haven't figured out how I'm going to lock it down, just in case we get a little storm or a little wind, it stays up. But for for now, that's doing the trick. There go my tray I just went over with you guys. I put the date on it so I know when did I start this. And I'm also going to write it in my journal book. These are some cucumbers. So I planted cucumbers for seed. That's another one. I planted it from seed and it didn't do well at all. It grew up, then it got leggy. It really did not take off. I can even show you in just a moment in one of my beds. So I decided to cheat because I want some cucumbers. So I just went and bought these from my nursery. They're healthy, they're doing good. I'm hoping I can get some cucumbers for the summer here. But over here, where I originally started that same cucumber in my bed. And as you can see, the brown stem is dead. It grew, then it died. Then I have one back there that's at a standstill. It's been in that same length for about 2 weeks now. It's at a standstill. The other one I pulled out, and then I have, I don't know if you can see it. I have that one way back there, and it's also at a standstill. When I say standstill, it's not growing. It's up, it's green, but it's not producing nothing. The leaves not growing, nothing's growing. And I planted 5 of them, and neither one of them is coming up. So I don't know if it's just too hot here. I don't know if the bugs got a hold to the seeds here. I call myself companion planting beans and corn to kind of hide those leaves so pests don't get to it, and it didn't work. So at this point, it is way too late to start seeds again here. So I just went ahead and just bought some from the nursery just so I can have some cucumbers. My okra is a summer crop, so it's doing good and it's producing a lot. My sweet potatoes and my regular potatoes are doing very good, and they're producing a lot of leaves, of course, but they're producing a lot. They're coming up. My broccoli is slowly going to seed, which I wanted it to do because I wanted the seeds. Even though I planted seeds already, one, I was hoping it will flower, give me some pollination, bees or whatever. Then I just wanted to see it. I never seen broccoli go to seed. On top of that, when it do go to seed, I can hold these seeds for next season. This is my Texas sage. It's an eatable herb. It was in front of my house doing awesome. I went ahead and moved it here, and as you could tell, the greenery is slowly coming back, but it was dead, y'all. As you could tell, it was dead, but it's slowly coming back. So I guess it just, roots got a little disturbed and it didn't like it, so it's coming back because I was going to pull it and just start over, but it's definitely coming back. And those are going to be nice purple flowers that also help get my pollination going, because again, for the fall, all my sweet potatoes will be pulled, and it'll be time for me to put my fall crop in here because I pull sweet potatoes during the fall time. So I'm trying to prep this bed with flowers and roses for my fall season. This is my peppers. I just planted tomatoes, not realizing there is a such thing as tomatoes that we can plant here in zone 9B that will thrive in the heat. But I caught on to it. I got some transplant. They're doing beautiful. Ain't nobody bulking over the sun. My peppers, hot peppers, sweet peppers, bell peppers, purple basil. Everything in this bed is growing. Marigolds, they're all doing what they're supposed to do. That's that bed. I have more okra here. I think it's a yellow bell pepper and a red bell pepper, which is doing good. I left the parsley because she never did anything. She didn't die on me for the summer. She's taken this summer heat quite well. So I harvest her, trim her back, and I can tell you she slowed down her growth. She definitely slowed down her growth, but she haven't bolted and died yet, so I'm gonna leave her. My pineapple, cherry, tomatoes is doing good. That's a summer crop. I got that, and this basil Pasco basil. This shades a lot of the sun, so she's not drowned or drenched in sun. That worked perfectly. The basil I left here. I thought it was supposed to die down during the summer hot heat and die, and she's doing good, so I left her. My collard greens, I thought they was gonna bulk, and they didn't. I was ready to pull them up, y'all. Pull them up and start over and start planting new seeds, but they doing good in this heat. They didn't bulk or anything. No bugs, no pests, no nothing. I'm leaving them alone. My celery the same way. I just harvested that 2 days ago. She growing. I checked the inside, gave her a little fertilizer. I'm gonna leave her alone. This is also purple basil, but I also have black cherry tomatoes, and they're coming along beautifully, and that's a summer crop tomatoes. So I bought the tomatoes. I hate pots, but I wanted something for the summertime. So like I said, I didn't catch the summer drift soon enough to plant seeds ahead of time. So a lot of this I had to do starter plants. Lesson learned. But they're doing good, and I put them in pots because they're a seasonal thing. After a while, you get your fruit off of it 1 or 2 times, and they die back. And that's why I did the pots, because then I could just pack up the pots and put them in my shed, and I ain't got to look at pots. Versus the beds, they're here to stay. So I'm very happy that everything that's in the bed is live and well. My ginger haven't came up yet, but I planted more ginger. I moved the strawberries into a raised bed, and they're not doing good at all. It did say repot or replant in the fall. I was trying to get rid of the bag because I don't like pots and stuff, but I know they're gone. But since that bed is in the back of my yard and no one sees it and I don't have to see it, I'm gonna leave it and hope for the best. If it doesn't come up by fall, then yes, I will go ahead and pull them and start over. My herbs are doing good. I didn't have to replant herbs, even though I did replant some dill, and that's in a seed starter kit in my kitchen, because I want dill to be planted with my brassicas, my cabbages and broccoli, and so I did plant some of that again. And here's my other summer bed, which is my watermelon. 3 different types of watermelon. You got your squash over there and your zucchini over there, which are also summer crops. So right now, 3 different watermelons, 1 squash, 1 zucchini, okra, beans, corn, and sweet potatoes are my summer crops. My other 2 beds just was here from fall when I started to winter to now summer, and they still rolling with me, so I'm leaving them. Here's a bed that I left empty that had my sunflower plants growing up. That's a bed I'm leaving empty. I'll find something to put there for the fall. And y'all, that's it. I haven't been doing too much during the summertime. It gets extremely hot out here, y'all. And me only having to come early morning or late in the afternoon, because I can't even take the temperature out here to be talking about playing with some plants. I just cannot take it. So as you can tell, I put the water hose there. I cut it on sometimes and go back in the house. 5-10 minutes, come back, replace it, let it run, go back in the house. I cannot take the heat here. So the fact that everything is thriving without me, the rain that we have been getting seems to be enough rain for all of my crops that's growing. I'm leaving it up to the man upstairs. And he's been showing out for me, because I definitely back a couple of notches with garden once the summer hit. And it looks like I will have at least 2 more months. We're in what, July 11th, all of August. Yeah, I got a good month and maybe 2 weeks before my fall comes. So I've been doing a lot of writing down in the journals, figuring out what crops I want to plant for my fall crop. Now, since my garden's small, I got an idea. Like my cabbages, I planted 2 different types of cabbages. I planted 2 different types of broccolis. So my plan is to plant things we eat, but different varieties to give us a different taste on it. And I'm going to roll with that instead of planting eggplants or they got like 6 different squashes, but we only eat the yellow and the green, so I didn't plant the rest of them. But tomatoes, it's like so many name brands, so many kinds of tomatoes, from determined tomatoes to indeterminate tomatoes. It's ridiculous. But planting what we eat and then putting an extra one in there to try will fill up my bed versus me just planting stuff just to say I planted it. So don't forget to hit like and share. You can follow me on this journey with prepping ahead of time for your seedlings to give them a chance to grow and catch up with Mother Nature before it's their time to be out here giving us fruit. Let's catch you on the next video.